So what could we do with the layered structures with just the right amount of layers? Richard Feynman in his famous 1959 lecture asked, he said, there is plenty of room at the bottom. With the help of amazing developments in the past several years, we are coming close to answering that question. In 2004, graphene was first isolated from graphite, and only 6 short years later, we won the first Nobel Prize in physics. Graphene is one atom thin layer of carbon. It is the thinnest and yet the strongest material we have ever seen. It is 200 times stronger than its equivalent weight in steel, and yet it is extremely flexible. It is an excellent conductor of heat and electricity, and it is transparent. It's like science fiction becoming a reality. More interestingly, graphene was the first of its kind that we stumbled upon. Since then, we have discovered a whole family of 2D materials, super thin to the physical limit of thinness, but with remarkable properties that opens up new horizons for us. Although these 2D materials are very young, still many applications have been already developed around them, like making lightweight materials, but strong, which can take us to the space, with materials which reduce engine noise and cars. Their unique electric properties makes them suitable to be used at transistors and semiconductor devices. These 2D materials can be considered as different Lego pieces, which when combined together in different combinations can lead to many desired properties. The things that interest me or our group are how these properties are actually coupled with their mechanics and the deformation patterns. To obtain those, the existence of computational models have always helped us in exploring new materials very efficiently and accurately. But in this case, for 2D materials, despite having such wide range of applications, there exists no computational model that can simulate large-scale samples of these materials. There exist some continuum models which are very efficient but not very accurate. On the other hand, we have atomistic models which are very accurate, but they require huge amount of computational power to simulate large-scale samples. To overcome these limitations, we as a group have developed the computational models, which enables us to simulate these 2D materials under various loading conditions. And we can obtain them very accurately, reliably, and efficiently. In order to implement these models, we have developed our in-house code and verified it against various experiments. With the help of these developed models, we can simulate large-scale samples of these 2D materials and provide more insight into their properties based on the deformation pattern that they exhibit. Even though these models are an order of magnitude faster than the atomistic model, while providing the same level of accuracy, they still require high performance computing facilities for days. To further improve the efficiency of our already developed computational model, we implemented the machine learning methods in addition to these developed models. But simply applying the existing machine learning models does not lead to the desired accuracy that we want, as the deformation patterns of these models are high dimension. So we developed a novel dimensionality reduction technique in order to reduce the dimension of these deformation patterns and incorporate it in the deep learning model. After doing this incorporation, we obtain the remarkable accuracy in order to obtain the deformation pattern of these 2D materials. And we can obtain these high dimensional deformation patterns in like seconds once our training is done. So to conclude, by using these models, we can better understand their mechanics and how it influences their various properties. Once we know what deformation pattern is required to obtain the desired properties, these computational models, along with the machine learning algorithm, will tell us how to achieve those deformation patterns very accurately, efficiently, and like in seconds. And in turn, we can obtain the desired properties. Using these models, we can have better control over these properties because we know how to obtain those deformation patterns, what boundary conditions to apply to obtain these deformation patterns, and that can be used in various applications. Thank you very much for listening to me.